Okay, hello and welcome to Phil's Workshop. Right, now then, I've played back the other video and there does seem to be a sound problem. Now, let's hope the sound on this one is a lot better. I hope so. Okay, welcome. Now then, just to show you, like what I showed you earlier on, one of the arms that I'm making for my miter saw. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn you around. Now unfortunately I can't turn you all the way around on my control because it only goes so far. So I'm going to have to move the camera up a bit, so just bear with me people, if you would be so kind. So, now you're pointing away from me. Right, now then, okay, if I bring you back this way, that's it. Now you can see my ugly puss now. Right. Okay, what I'll do now is I'll turn you around now and hopefully you should be able to see what it is that I'm talking about. So here we go, get you going the right way round, and there we have it. Right, now then I'll bring you down a little bit. Now unfortunately it just dropped pretty quick, so there you go. Right, what you can see there now is obviously my miter saw setup. I can't bring it any closer to you without me getting up and moving the camera again. But as you can see, there's no arms on there, and it was with that idea, the fact that sometimes my hands don't work fully, that I've now decided to extend them and put these arms on. As you can see, the drawer at the front is what I've made. Next to it is another piece of equipment that I've done for me vacuum cleaner, and that's what I use for all of my stuff, for my tools, for the miter saw, and also for me planer thicknesser, and also for the new table saw that I've had from Evolution. And as you can see, I've put the socket up on the top so I don't have to keep on bending down, and I've got a long cable on it which I can bring through to the shed. So going back to the actual miter saw, what I intend to do now is to make some arms and put some arms on. So what I'll do now is I'll bring you back now so you can see my well, this way, come round Freddy, so you can see my ugly puss. Right, there we go. Hello. Now as you can see, this is my little work table that I have in front of me. The bench is as per usual with most benches, all full of rubbish and what have you. I do clean it off from time to time. I'll shift that because that's what we spoke about in the other video. What I've done is as well is I put a little extension on this. Now also the beauty about this is the fact that I've got all my clamps around me, and I can get hold of them as and when I want. And the other clamps are just at the side of me here. So I've more or less got my stuff around me as I require. Now, one of the arms which I'm in the process of making is there. Yeah. You shift that out the road, and that's for one side of it, and I've yet to put all the inner framework in. And what the inner framework looks like, I'll just put that down there, is, woo! Now this might hide me a little bit. It's like that. That's the framework that I'm going to attach everything to, which is the idea of that being, if I lay that down now so you can actually see me, The idea being is I've got some board to put on, and this part here is the actual working area. This part here is what you can use that for. It's like another little work table, because this is sort of like behind the miter saw. So what will happen is that there then will sit on there, and I've got it all sorted out, and that then becomes my saw stop. The wood then comes up to this sort of thickness, which I haven't got a piece on me, but if you can imagine that when that's on there, like so, I'll put that the right way around, it then becomes level with it. And you probably can't see that because it's the wrong side. No, you can't, so I'll put that back that side. That then becomes the actual working area. So if I tip that up, you can actually see hopefully what it looks like. The thing itself is made out of OSB, which is actually going to be the working part of it. I've used OSB because that's what I've got in my shed, you know, and it'll work for what I want. It will work. And the reason why I put these in is so as I can actually fasten the OSB to it. I fastened these and glued these with pocket hole screws, simply because, like I say, I've got them in, so I might as well use them. And it's not what a proper woodworker would do. Don't get me wrong here. I'm from a different era to woodworkers. I'm from the motor trade. In the motor trade, everything is either engineered or over-engineered. And you could say, yeah, well, okay, then I've over-engineered this. That's as maybe. But for me, it works. Or it will do when it's finished. I've actually had these on, but I've taken them off so that I can do all the actual putting all the strengthening pieces in, and the places where I'm going to screw. So I'll be screwing there, and also there. And then what I've thought about doing, and I'm not sure whether it's right or whether it's wrong or what have you, is I'm going to then coat it in either linseed oil, which I've got, or boiled. I'm not sure which one it is I've got. I've got something like that. So I'm going to do the actual work surface with that sort of stuff. Or I thought about not doing that and just giving it a quick go over, just take off all the rough bits and what have you, and then just wax it on the top. Let me know, folks, you know, you woodworkers, let me know. As I say, I am no woodworker. I do this my way. You obviously, whenever you do anything, I'll do it your way. Like I say, most of my tools are on trolleys, because the reason being is I have not got the room. But that's my way of working. This is how it's done. You've seen how my videos are. They are what they are. The same as me. What you see is what you get. And that's what it is that we're up to at the moment. So what I'm planning on doing is actually getting the other arm done, ready for going on. Now, I don't know if I can actually work with this, whether you people can get a sense of what actually is going on, but we'll see what happens, you know. Now these hinges are what they call parliament hinges. The reason why I've got them is because of the way the table's made. I needed something that would span quite a bit and go into some decent wood. And of course these parliament hinges actually do that sort of job. And as I say, I've had them on, I've had them screwed up, and the arms go up and down. May not be to everybody's way of working, but as I say, I'm from a different era. So what's going to happen is we start off with this one, and that's going to go at the bottom there. Now, because I've actually run out of pocket hole screws, and I've got to glue all this, is what I'm using are self-tappers of the 19mm variety, which of course I used in my job. They're not right, but they work well. They work well because the simple reason is the fact that I'm also gluing it as well, so everything works out well. And what I need to do now is to get these glued up. I'll put that over there, and then get it clamped up. So bear with me, folks, you're going to actually see this being going together. Now what I want is a couple of these. Now I have to turn me back to you for a moment. Now I don't know, I suppose most people prefer the what's the name type of clamp, but I prefer these F clamps simply because I can get a fair bit of motion on them. It makes things easier for me as well because I can get a pair of pliers on and turn them in. So what I normally do, again, it's just my way of working. I find these silicone brushes absolutely bloody brilliant, because when the glue dries on them, you can fetch them off very easily. So if I put a bit I'm going to have to get a better sort of idea for the glue. Probably again not the best of demonstrations because I am struggling with it, but that's because I'm struggling with my hands. But like I said, if you just help things, the screws are going to do the holding, but the glue is going to do a little bit. Again, it's only it's not for commercial use, so you know that I'll just put that on there a little bit. I think this tube is a little bit locked up. Just put a little bit more on in places. And as I say, folks, you know, you do this your way. I mean, as I say, I do things my way. And I'm not saying it's right, but it works for me. Okay, so we've got that on there. Let's shift that out the road. Now, first thing I want to do is just bring them down so as them two are making good contact that way. fine, yes, I know. Total idiotic way of working, I know. I'll turn that round. Right, so we've got them down on that edge. Now there's a little bit of what's the name up on there. Just want to bring that up a little bit. That's okay. That's all okay. That's okay. Again, not what you would probably do, but there you go. I'll set that, and then just now again, as I say, the beauty about these is the fact that you can't over tighten them once you've actually set them. So I'll just get these in place. And if you want to give them a little touch more, just to make sure that everything's spot on, if I can find my screwdriver wherever I put it. At the moment my bench is a total mess. Yep, there it is. Just give it to another little tweak. Like so. Right. So that's them done. Now these won't expand to the side, and that's the next one. So what I'm going to do is take one out from there. Whew. As I say, this little puppy, now we'll pull the side in, and again we'll just have a little knock to make sure she's down. We're not that fussy because, as I say, it's wrong one. It's workshop furniture, not furniture. And then in we go. Probably it might be a little bit OTT with the amount of screws, but I'm just trying to keep everything tidy and up front. Right, so that's the first one, eh? There's no need to have that clamp on anymore. I'll just shift them out the road. So that's it. That's how we're going with it. And what I'm going to do now is carry on with them over there. Then eventually these then will be fastened onto the mitre saw, and then it will be then covered on the top and all the bits put in. Now I'm not going to just carry on with this one. You can see what happens with it, and there's no point in me dwelling on it, I don't think. But with that, people, again, thank you very much. Much appreciated. I appreciate all your comments and all the rest of it. How these new mics are turning out, I don't know. I'm at a loss at the moment, as I say. I don't know whether to try and rectify the problem I've got with the other one, or carry on using these new ones. And I must admit these new ones weren't that cheap, but there you have it. Anyway though, have yourself a super fine weekend, what's left of it, and have yourself an absolutely great week that's forthcoming. I don't know when the next video will be coming out, because a lot of my regulars know what situation I'm under, and those of you that have just joined me, unfortunately my good lady has got terminal cancer, so I can only get in every now and again when things are all hunky-dory. But it's life. It's one of the things we have to put up with, isn't it? It is what it is. Me and the good lady, we've been together for 52 years, but you don't want to know all that sort of thing. But I just thought I'd give you a little bit of an outlining as to why we have the videos on, and we have a hell of a while before they come out. So, stay lucky, stay happy, live long and prosper, folks, and for now, that's bye-bye from me from Phil's Workshop. Bye-bye.